Hey there and welcome. It's Christina Johnson here, transformational nutrition coach and founder of the Emerge Weight Loss Method. And we are going to talk about meal plans today because it's a really common belief that if you just had a meal plan to follow or some healthy recipes or a list of foods to eat and not eat, then you would be able to lose weight. And it makes sense that people think that because, if you knew what to eat, then in theory, you could just eat those foods, that meal, and you would start losing weight. But unfortunately, if you think about it, if it were that simple, if all you needed to have to lose weight was a meal plan, then I don't think there would be so many people struggling to eat healthy and to lose weight. Because, if you've spent 5 minutes on Pinterest, you know that there are thousands, probably a million healthy recipes out there. There are all kinds of recipe videos. There are meal plans that you can follow. So there's all of those things are available to us now. The recipes, the meal plans, the videos, but people are still struggling to lose weight. And the reason for that is that meal plans are just not enough. It's not all that you need in order to be able to successfully lose weight. And so that's what I wanted to talk about today, is to kind of talk through why meal plans alone aren't enough to help you lose weight for most people, and what you do need, how you could use a meal plan in order to successfully lose weight. So I want to talk through all of that with you today, and ultimately, I hope that you see that, maybe you've tried, and let me know, have you ever tried following a meal plan or, gotten a collection of recipes and hoped that would help you lose weight, but maybe it didn't? Let me know in the comments, or just click the like button if you can agree, if you can relate to that. And so if that hasn't worked for you, I want you to see that it's not your fault. It's not that there's something wrong with you, that you didn't have enough willpower, or you just couldn't stick with it. It's because that approach just wasn't enough. There's other things that you need to be able to successfully lose weight. And so that's what I want to look at today, to help you see what was missing so that you know how to approach it a little bit differently in the future. Okay, so let's dive in to some of the reasons why a meal plan might not work or might not be enough when you're trying to lose weight. So the first reason, and this is a big one, is that losing weight is not a one-size-fits-all process. So we can't have just one meal plan that's going to work for everyone. Because, for example, I talk with a lot of women in their mid to late 40s, 50s, and 60s, and they tell me all the time that what they used to do to lose weight isn't working anymore. So they used to just cut back calories and the weight would drop off, and it's not now. And so we need to take into account things like your age, your gender, your season of life. And we need to account for that when we are finding a meal plan that's going to work for you. And in addition, you have to think about, there's other things like stress. How much stress you're under can play an influence under what types of foods is going to be best for you at that time of life. Your sleep, your exercise, activity level, all of those things need to be taken into account. And also, a lot of people have food sensitivities that they're not aware of. So you could be following the meal plan, but if that meal plan includes a food that you're not digesting well, like corn or soy or dairy, then you might not be able to lose weight because that food sensitivity is causing inflammation in your body. So this is a big reason why one size fits all meal plans aren't going to work for everyone, because there's not one perfect way of eating that will work for every single person. But then another issue with meal plans is that they don't help you figure out how to deal with social situations. So let's say that you have a meal plan and you're going to follow it, but then, there's a work meeting that comes up, or you're going out for lunch with friends, or you are meeting with your book club, or you have a wedding to go to. So most of the time, you're not going to be able to follow that meal plan 100% perfectly. And so you need to be able to know, how do you deviate from the meal plan without totally derailing your progress. And so that's a missing piece from the meal plans, is how do you navigate those social situations and eating out and all of those kinds of things. But then in general, if you think about it, there's just so many reasons why you might not stick with a meal plan. I've had a lot of people tell me, that they've come across recipes and meal plans with ingredients that they've never heard of. They don't know where to get them, and they almost feel a little intimidated to give it a try, which is understandable. And so if you have this meal plan full of foods that are unfamiliar to you, it can feel a little overwhelming to start following it. Or what if, there's particular foods on that meal plan that you just don't like, you don't enjoy them, or you don't tolerate well. You need to know how to be able to make substitutions that will be in alignment with your health and weight loss goals. Or maybe there's just some cooking methods. There's some recipes that feel like they just take way too long to cook, or you're not really sure how to do it. And so if you just have this meal plan and you're expected to follow it all on your own, it can feel kind of overwhelming or intimidating, and it can be challenging to stick with. And so ultimately, that's kind of what it comes down to. The problem with relying on meal plans is that you can't really have a one-size-fits-all meal plan that's going to work for everyone, and they can be challenging to stick with long-term. So let me know, have you ever had any of those issues with following meal plans, or what have you found to be an issue when you're trying to follow a meal plan? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear. And so also just know, if meal plans haven't worked for you before, it's not your fault. There's legitimate reasons why that approach wasn't enough. So here's what I found works. So when I've worked with my coaching clients, I've seen that the women who are most successful losing weight and keeping it off have a few additional things in addition to the meal plans. So number one, most people do better with accountability, because if you have the meal plan, that's great, but most people thrive with a little bit of accountability to stick with it. But then in addition to that, what's really, really important is also learning how to create meal plans for yourself. Learning how to do that so that you don't have to rely on somebody else giving you a meal plan for the rest of your life. Because we want this weight loss to be sustainable. And in order for you to lose weight and maintain it, you need to develop those skills for yourself of creating meal plans. And women that are able to learn how to create balanced meals, to keep inflammation low in their body, to balance their blood sugar, they are more successful at sticking with it then. But then also having support to deal with social situations. What do you do when you have this meal plan, but you also have this event you're going to? Or what do you do when, chicken and broccoli's on the menu, but pizza sounds really good? And so what I found is that, yes, meal plans are a great starting point, but it's so much easier when you have someone to support you and hold you accountable as you're following the meal plan. And so, for example, that's why in the Emerge Weight Loss Method, I do offer meal plans. So I give 4 weeks of sample meal plans that my clients can choose to follow. And that's really helpful as you're getting started with eating clean, because it can feel overwhelming. And so it's nice just to have it laid out. But my goal in the Emerge program is to help my clients learn how to create their own meal plans, within a month to 6 weeks of being in the program, so that they can do this on their own long term. And so really, kind of in conclusion, I guess, that's what I feel like the role of meal plans is to help you get started, to give you a concrete idea of how to eat clean, and to get started. But then you want to be able to learn how to do that on your own moving forward. So if you have any questions at all about anything I've shared, let me know in the comments. And if you are feeling ready, it is springtime. I know there's a lot of people ready to get into their spring clothes and wanting to just feel more comfortable in your body. And so if you would like some help and you just want a proven plan, a step-by-step plan to follow, accountability support, meal plans that you can ask all the questions on, then I would encourage you to book a complimentary call with me so we can figure out how I might be able to help you. So I will put the link in the comments if you'd like to book that complimentary call, but it's ChristinaJohnsonWellness.com/apply. I'll have you answer just a few questions so that I can get to know you a bit and what your goals are, and then it'll take you to a link to my calendar. So I would love to talk with you and figure out how we can get you feeling really good, really comfortable in your body and losing weight in time for summer. So thanks so much for watching today. Let me know if you have any questions, and we will talk again soon. Bye for now.